celebrate a safe and nurturing community with zero tolerance for violence.
Fairhaven RCC helps people who face tragedy write a whole new story through healing and recovery. And this weekend, it's hosting its annual Fairy Tale Ball, complete with dinner, dancing, and dress-up. Shanna Robertson joins us with more. Welcome, Shanna, to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me. I am the fairy godmother of the ball, and it is my job to make the guest's dream come true.
Well, you look fabulous, fairy godmother. So here's the thing. All throughout the year, through the course of your work at this organization, you have been a fairy godmother because you're really taking people into your care that really need it, right?
Absolutely. Fairy tales are not our specialty, but hope is. We were founded by two courageous survivors of sexual violence who wanted to give resources to survivors. So we do have survivor leaders in our agency, but it is not a requirement. But it brings a unique perspective to be able to know how to serve the community better.
Can you talk about what happens when somebody is facing something, whether it's domestic violence or sex trafficking or anything like this, and then how they find you and then what you're able to do for them once they connect with you?
We have a 24-hour rape crisis line that any survivor can reach out to us, call or text. We do provide services in Northwest Indiana, Lake Porter, and LaPorte. So if a survivor is watching, and I know according to statistics they are, that they can text, they can reach out to us. There are a lot of options available, and for any loved one or caregiver, it can be very hard for them as well to be able to support someone. So making sure that they understand that the most important thing to do is just listen and to support the person and not assume they know what's best for them, but give them options so they can regain their power and find their voice and start making decisions as they walk their recovery journey.
I mean, as you said, Shanna, based on statistics and research, somebody that is being affected by this crisis is watching right now.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of obstacles that stand in the way of somebody reaching out for help. I mean, we can think about emotional and physical and financial dependency as well. But if they do call, what happens from there? Like nothing, they shouldn't be afraid to call, right? It's not as though that sets into motion something that is inevitable, right?
That is a great question, G, because a lot of times that elusive of what would happen, what could happen, is a barrier for people to reach out and ask, because the first step is to admit that you are a victim of a crime, and that's a hard step to take. And it takes a lot of bravery and courage for someone to disclose, whether it's to a family member or when they reach out to us. And then we let them know what their choices and what their options are. We offer free, confidential, and fully, there's full anonymity.
Anonymity. Yep.
They should make a new word for that.
Anonymity.
All the time.
It's hard for me to say.
But we have privileged confidence when we are speaking with people. So we cannot be compelled to testify, which is unique for us as a rape crisis center. So we can talk to them and give them options and let them make the choices on what happens next.
And I know you guys are working also on these portside suites, and you've got this campaign working to build these areas where if somebody does call, you need a safe space to go.
Oh, 100%. So this is our dream. And so we're looking for some more stakeholders to help us to bring it from conception to completion. A Portside Suites is a stabilization housing unit. So there are crisis centers and there's congregate housing in our community, but what happens next? There's a time period, and when it runs out, what happens to the survivors? A lot of times survivors of sexual violence or human trafficking have been told what to do and how to do things. So to find independence can be overwhelming and scary. So they need resources. They need a safety net, a community to surround them. So Portside Suites is that answer for us. We are able to provide stabilization housing units. So it's non-congregate. They have their own studio apartment where they can start to regain their power and start to have the services and support of a community so that they can move forward into independent living.
It's so cool that they have their own independent space, so then they don't have to necessarily give up privacy, because it's like you're giving up so much of your life, all aspects of your life, right, when that's happening. Can you tell us a little bit about sort of personally for you, why you decided to be a part of this organization?
That's a great question. As I had mentioned before, this was founded by Survivors for Survivors. I was the 4th staff member to join the mission in 2014 because I am a survivor leader. So it was important for me to be able to join a mission that would really take the time to listen to what a survivor needs, and not just say this is what you need, here's the funding for what we think you need, but that we can really make a difference in the life of a survivor. So I joined the prevention program, which is kind of where the fairy tale ball came from, because the prevention program, currently we do child sexual abuse prevention education in the school, which fulfills Senate Bill 355, requiring all schools in Indiana to provide this education to their students annually. So since 2018, when the law was passed, we have seen and served over 150,000 students in Northwest Indiana. And so I was a team of one for a long time, and then the team grew, and they're like, Shanna, we have this great idea for a fairy tale ball because it's about preserving the innocence of childhood. And what better way to do that than let the inner child in all of us to be able to come out and have a day of magic where you can wear a sequined, sparkly, tiara, as well as the cape. And so it is about preserving the innocence of childhood, letting families know that we're here for them as prevention, for crisis intervention, or whatever that recovery journey may look like for advocacy supportive services.
Our fairy godmother, thank you so much for all of the work you're doing in the community. That 7th annual Fairy Tale Ball is this Sunday, November 3rd. Tickets, information, all right there on your screen. Head to fairhavenrcc.org. And funds, of course, will help that wonderful organization. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. Stay with us. We'll be right back.